The most common question we see on the internet, to which the answer is use Sotozeo, is how can I find which invoices sum to a given payment amount? Presumably the reason this is so common is that payments are instructed by counterparties who have no way, don't know, or don't care how to send information with the payment identifying the invoice numbers. So you find yourself with a list of invoice numbers and amounts, and a payment with just an amount. Here we have such a list of invoices and a payment amount. In Sotozeo, we choose the option STN for sum to number. We copy the invoice amounts across and remember to put the total that we're looking for at the bottom. And we bring in narrative information, in this case the dates and the invoice references. We click on Next and check that the numbers have aligned properly with the references, and then click on Calculate. The answer becomes available typically in about 10 seconds, during which you can submit another list or check the traffic forecast. Here is the result, and by scrolling down we can see that we have these 5 invoice amounts sum to the payment total. So that is much quicker and easier than trying to experiment with numbers in Excel. Now, one word of warning. As a result purely of mathematics, you cannot always use such a technique. The more invoices you have and the smaller the values, the more likely it is that there will be more than one combination with the target total. And without additional information, you cannot tell which combination is relevant. Even a different target number can make a difference. Here is the result from the same invoice amounts as previously, but with a different target value from the payment. And so you see that there are 3 combinations, and we need additional information in order to work out which one is applicable. One set of additional information that you do usually have is dates. In particular, it is unusual for a payment to include an invoice with a date after the payment. So we go back to the list of submissions, and we can use the CSV file which Sotozeo created at the same time. Here is that CSV file, and if we introduce some consistent formatting, we can now sort on the date. And indeed, we can see that because the payment receipt was on October the 16th, which is here, when these invoices had not yet been issued, it seems very likely that the invoices in question are these ones here from this combination. Another way to use the date information is to only enter invoices up to the payment date. So if we had only entered invoices up to the 16th, then only this combination would have appeared. If dates do not help, then this example shows another interesting feature, which is that this one amount appears in all 3 solutions. And that could be useful, so that if you were looking for a different payment amount, you could remove this invoice amount, apply that payment amount, and then move on step by step. There are other suggestions for resolving multiple combinations on the Sotozeo website under Help, both under Advanced Clearance and under Guidance Notes, in particular, which looks at the coincidental matches. Sotozeo will process a maximum of 50 numbers at a time, but unless your values are very large, you will probably be swamped with multiple solutions long before you get to 50. If you have hundreds of invoices, but some additional information, for example, that no payment covers more than 5 invoices, then there are other possible approaches. Do look at our bespoke reconciliation services under other offerings on the Sotozeo website.